So there is a huge myth when it comes to YouTube, and that is that you need a large audience and lots of subscribers to make YouTube your full-time job. But in this video, I'm gonna prove that that's 100% false. Coming up. Hey, how's it going? Sean here with Think Media, bringing you the best tips and tools for building your influence with online video. And on this channel, we do a lot of tech gear reviews, as well as tips and strategy videos just like this one. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. So I recently spoke at a YouTube conference to a whole group of video influencers sharing my story of how I went full-time on YouTube with less than 20,000 subscribers. And I got into specifics about how long growth took, about numbers when it came to views, subscribers, even income, and shared a lot of valuable information. So I wanted to just share this entire session with you right now. And actually in this session, you're gonna learn a couple things. Specifically, I cover the 4 YouTube growth hacks that got me to full-time fast, 5 different ways to earn $500 per month on YouTube, how to optimize your YouTube videos so that they get more views, as well as a lot of other valuable content. And actually, as you're watching this training, let me know if you have any questions about YouTube at all in the comments below, as well as anything that stood out to you that you found in particularly valuable. Well, are you ready? Let's get into it and cut over to the training. Well, quick story, and my backstory is, 2 life-changing events happened to me in 2003. And the first one was I actually met my wife at the time. She wasn't my wife yet, but I met Sonia, my wife. She's a Starbucks barista. So needless to say, I was drinking a lot of coffee in those days to try to get her attention. Actually, true story, I wanted to get her attention. She actually had a boyfriend when I met her, but clearly that was not an issue that I took care of quickly. But one of the things I tried to do is I actually found out that she was into running, and I wasn't into running. You didn't come here for these kinds of strategies, but here is a tactic if you're after somebody. So I found out she was into running, so what I thought was like, what if I just put on some running clothes? Like I go buy some running clothes, put them on, and walk into Starbucks. That could trigger something, and sure enough, it did. So I walk in, and I was, ordering some coffee, and she goes, are you like into running? And I was like, clearly, obviously. And she's like, we should maybe go running together, and then the rest is history. So, life-changing event, obviously. We've been married 12 years now. And the second thing, though, that happened in 2003 was that was the year that I got into video production. And I actually started in video production at my local church. The youth pastor handed me a camera and Adobe Premiere, which I still edit on today. And, let me know if you can relate. That was some of us. We're all volunteering at the church. And let me know if you can relate to creating video on a budget, because you could see some Home Depot-like lights there, the yellow work lights. That green screen was green fabric from Joann Fabrics that we tacked up on the wall. And it's all about that hustle, right? When you're trying to get that video production done on a budget. And then over the next few years, I eventually started a media business called Clear Vision Media, and we were working jobs. Somebody's working at Starbucks, I was working at Red Robin. I'm sure you can maybe relate to the side hustle and wanting to, kind of go full time, but having to do multiple things. And we're focusing on YouTube. And also during this time, we started doing a lot of client work for not just businesses, but YouTubers. So I started doing mostly behind the scenes stuff, helping people with thumbnails, titles, video SEO, optimization, as well as video production. And so I had a ton of experience on YouTube, but I hadn't really started my own stuff. And the way, eventually in 2010, I started this channel called Sean Cannell, which is actually not really super active today. Started posting some of my first videos there. And it was during that time that I started to kind of do a weird YouTube experiment. Like I didn't know a ton, but I had a couple theories that I wanted to test out. And it kind of started with this idea right here, where I learned about a couple things. I learned about, YouTube and affiliate marketing. And we'll talk a little bit about that. But this video, if you type in gift ideas for him on YouTube right now, I'm pretty sure this video ranks like number 4. And it's about 5 years old. It's approaching a million views. And this video, I just kind of was like, all right, kind of understanding how YouTube works, and that the fact that it's the second largest search engine in the world, that when people were looking for gift ideas for their boyfriend or their dad or their brother or any guy in their life, that this video would show up in search. I would share some tips, and then in the description, there was links to the products I mentioned in the video on what's called the Amazon Associate Program. So then if anyone clicked on those links, then we would get a commission. And on that program, you get between 4 to 10% of a sale. So if you sold $100, if someone bought a $100 product, you might make between $4 and $10. And because the video is getting a lot of views, we're like, well, this is kind of crazy. We're making like $5 a month. We're making $50 a month. Wow, we're making like $500 a month, and it was just on the side from like testing out these videos. And we discovered this combo of YouTube and affiliate marketing. And another example is I started to, on my Sean Cannell channel, I started to continue to experiment just as I got ideas in life. And this example was I was talking to a friend. Somebody gifted us a Starbucks Verismo machine, which is like a more expensive Keurig. And I realized that the pods from the machine were like super expensive from Starbucks. But then a friend was like, you know what? Like, I went to their house, they had one, and they used these other pods, CBTL pods, in that Verismo machine. I was like, those work? And they're like, yeah, we buy them from the coffee bean tea leaf store. And I was like, you know what? Those might be on Amazon. And maybe other people are also wondering if they could get cheap pods that work in their Verismo, hence the title of the video. And then you can see there's an affiliate link in the description. This video, 3 years old, over 100,000 views, and every month and pretty much every day still, we sell coffee pods. Like people are going and they're finding the solution. Super cool, like just helping people out with the same journey of what I learned, right? I was trying to save money on pods, share that information with people, and then it generates that affiliate income. And what I was really learning too was video ranking, finding these things like what are the terms that people are searching for, and even like weird things that maybe you would never think of, like coffee pods, right? It's weird. Touch your neighbor and say that's weird. Touch your other neighbor and say, you're kind of weird. You're actually kind of... The second neighbor is typically the one that's going to be negative, so pick, in the future, because it's your choice who you go with first. And so, but we discovered kind of video ranking and affiliate marketing. And so started to do that over and over again. And what video ranking is, if you haven't heard about it before, video SEO, different terms, is basically if you type something in the search bar like cheap cameras for YouTube, and if your video ranks in search, that's like a ranked video. So this video now has 1.2 million views, maybe it's almost 2 years old, and that first video there is a video ad, and then right below it, it ranks number 1 and has ranked up a lot of traffic. Now in this case, much higher ticket items, because now we're talking about cameras. And one of the things that's crazy about affiliate marketing is, especially on Amazon, is that if somebody clicks one of the links in that description, in your YouTube description, and they make the cookie, like them clicking that link, is tracked for 24 hours. And so if they actually look at the cameras and they go, that's some good advice, but man, I don't know, I don't like the way this guy's facial expressions are, I'm not going to watch him again. But they click the link, and actually he only talked about Canon and Sony, but I actually want to get a Nikon. If they click the link, you still get credit. And not only that, if they say, well, good advice, but I'm actually not going to pick up a camera today, but I forgot that it's like my boyfriend's, birthday, and they spend, $500 buying a watch and some other stuff, whatever it is, you also get credit. One of the craziest stories was one morning I woke up and someone bought a $1,500 golden coin off of Amazon. My commission, $182. Now, I have never done a video about a golden coin. I know not about, collecting coins or anything, but it shows you the power of the more videos you get out there and the more links that get clicked on, it can begin to stack and grow pretty quickly over time. But then I'll never forget October 2015. Because on the journey, I was, again, still focusing heavily. We're kind of doing this on the side, making a little bit of side income. But my main focus was client work, freelancing, and things like that. And that was making up the bulk of our income. And October 15, week number 1, I get a call from one of my clients, and he goes, they go, we got to let you go. We're actually hiring somebody. It's not going to be a contractor position anymore. No hard feelings, but we got to let you go. I was like, all right, no big deal. We had 3 major clients. Second week, then the next client calls me, hey, it's been great, but we're making some transitions. We got to let you go. Third week, guess what happened? Yeah. So we lose 80% of our income in 1 month
Needless to say, I'm kind of panicking. You know, as a husband, I'm thinking, shoot, like my wife's probably not going to be happy about this news. Of course, I was letting her know during the process. And I call my kind of a business mentor of mine, just a good friend, further along in business, David. And I just say, David, man, like, what do you think I should do? Like, should I just go pursue other clients? I could certainly get more freelance clients and get, more people to do that. He goes, I think you should go all in on this YouTube thing. Like, you've been doing it on the side, but you should go all in. And I was like, okay. And, if you're sitting here today, I think I would never want to be the person, if you, maybe this talk kind of inspires you that you're at like a tipping point for what you're doing. Maybe this talk would inspire you to go all in. Don't call me if it doesn't work out like in a year. But there was something about like needing that push to kind of go all in. And in October 15, Think Media was at 16,000 subscribers. So still pretty good, because I'd been building it up and just posting videos when I could, but I wasn't focusing on it. I wasn't being consistent, and I know we're supposed to be consistent. And so as soon as that, instead of going for clients, I was like, all right, now it's November 1st. I'm just gonna go all in. I was spreading my energy in all kinds of different directions with different jobs and clients, but I started just working like 40, 50, 60 hours a week in the fourth quarter of that year, November and December, to just see what happens. And my wife and I talked and we did the math and looked at our savings and we thought, you know what? Like, we could probably last 6 months before we go bankrupt to see if this thing works. Like, let's just go all in, right? And so we do that about November 1st. By January 1st, Think Media was about 20,000 subscribers, and we had replaced that income completely and even exceeded that income because of the power of focus. And is it okay if I actually share some specific numbers? Because I think sometimes it can be so elusive, and I don't want to share. Okay, cool. I got one thumbs up, so thank you. Just to kind of say like how it could be practical, so you can kind of see the inside workings of these things. So we'll do Q&A. Go ahead.
Affiliate marketing revenue, or was that?
Yeah, so I'll keep going. And we'll also, I'm pumped to get to Q&A. So full-time, January 1st, 2 months after October, without YouTube ads. At the time, our overall traffic and views was all right, and YouTube ads might have been like another couple hundred bucks, but it wasn't really enough to even consider a strategy for what we were doing. Because keep in mind, this is still a pretty small channel relatively, 20,000 subscribers, but we're full-time. And the actual math, when that February 1st payment came in, was $4,704 off of just the Amazon Associates program. And so I also always have to do kind of a disclaimer that, when it comes to full-time, one question you want to ask yourself is like, what does full-time even mean? Like for some people, we've met a couple people here that are full-time. A great channel, Jax, is, he retrofitted a school bus and is traveling full-time, and he's lean and mean. He's full-time with 12,000 subscribers. He was full-time before that because he went all in and he built his life around it. So if you have like 17 kids, this is like, they're about to all starve, depending on what. It just depends. But if you're like single and you could like sleep on your friend's couch, you might be able to go full-time. So I realize there's very much of a scale, but for us, this had replaced what we were doing with that freelance income and even started to exceed that. So a couple things here, and then I want to get into some practical ways, not just affiliate marketing, to really build your income, but some insights that I took out of this season was, number one, the power of focus. The power of focus. And I think this is so important. I didn't really get it until I realized that I was sort of forced, and I had some good advice from my mentor, David, saying, look, just kind of go all in and like see what happens when you really focus your energy and your effort. And so once I wasn't doing anything else, I was working 60-hour weeks on my YouTube channel, pumping out videos. One key too when it comes to affiliate marketing was it was a good time for this to happen because fourth quarter of the year is not just double or triple, it's sometimes 10x how much revenue you can end with affiliate marketing. Why? Anybody want to guess? Holiday shopping. So there's like so much, some businesses make more revenue in Q4 than they do in the first 3 quarters combined. And so I was like, man, we're gonna do everything about like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, gift ideas, holiday gifts for tech people or photography, everything that was around my particular niche. But just the power of focus and thinking about, I might challenge you to say, what could you stop doing? Like, what can you cut out of your life? What's not working so that you could focus more on the one thing that you're trying to achieve. And we certainly did that, and it had big results. The second thing is to prove your side hustle. And so this story, we went full time, with 20,000 subscribers, and we also were able to go from October to January 1st, really 2 months, or November 1st. It's about 2 months that like everything took off, but it wouldn't have gone that fast if I hadn't been consistently building this up as a side hustle. Raise your hand right now if this is a side hustle for you. You're doing it? So you're doing the right thing because you're working on the side, but the reason I share that is because I think some people kind of jump too soon. I had a good friend who's doing great on YouTube now, but we actually worked in the same job together, and at the time we were in Irvine, California, and I remember we'd be hanging out talking. I was like, hey, you've got all this knowledge, you've got this stuff, I'm doing this, you can do this around your expertise and your niche. I'm like, you should start now, just get one video out a week. Just do it, man, just trust me, it's gonna work. And he didn't do it, and there's nothing against him, but eventually some things changed in his life a couple years later, and then when he started and kind of got into a similar situation to mine, he hadn't been building it as a side hustle, getting the proof of concept, so he kind of like flatlined and then realized like this wasn't gonna be an overnight thing for his income, so he still needed to do multiple things. So I wanna encourage you to kind of prove your side hustle, to start, if you have a proof of concept where you're making even $5, well, you could turn $5 into 50. But if you haven't actually started doing it yet, I would never want to give you advice to be like, awesome, let me just go full time. I'm quitting my job. I'm doing it today. I think one of the best things you can do is always work, while you're working your day job, you can be working on your dream job on the side. And another insight is multiple streams of income. And this goes more to how we scaled past that. Every YouTuber on Video Influencers, we've interviewed over 100 different video influencers and YouTubers. And what we've realized is that for a lot of them, they don't ever have one income source that pays the bills. They always have usually 2 to like 5, sometimes 10 different income sources. And a key to making this thing practical, to building your influence and your income with YouTube, social media, online video, is definitely thinking about multiple streams of income from the beginning, thinking about multiple sources. And then the last kind of insight is really just a 10x your actions and 10x your content mentality. And so once I went all in, I'm not joking about the 60 hours. It's some of those weeks was probably 65, because I had something that I knew was working from those weird experiences. I had something, the weird experiments. I had something that I knew was proven. So now I just thought, well, man, if I post one video a week and it gets this much results, what happens if I post 5? Now I actually don't even still post 5, but during a certain burst, a certain sprint, I just went all in 10xing my actions and my content. If you're getting results with one piece of content, well, if you do 10 pieces that are just the same and similar and just as good, then you could get big results. And 4 of those might fall flat, but one of those might go micro viral and another ones might, surpass. So if you just have whatever it is that you're doing, how can you do more of it, go all in to really give you that boost and push to break through to full time? So let's quickly talk about 5 ways to earn $500 on YouTube to kind of give some ideas around having multiple streams, and then I'm super pumped for Q&A. So 5 ways, you may have heard of these before, but I've got some cool case studies and things to share with you. So those are the 5 ways, and I want to give some practical examples of these. So YouTube ads, affiliate marketing, brand deals, merchant products, and crowdfunding, and we'll even do some math on those. Okay, way number 1, YouTube ads. Let's do the math on YouTube ads. So typically, CPM right now is about $2 per 1,000 views. So what that means is if you get 1,000 views on YouTube, you might earn $2. Now, depending on your niche, it might be less, and depending on what your topic is and your channel authority and how YouTube views it, it might be more, but it's a pretty good average. International is also typically less, but again, just as a way to measure this. So if your goal is to earn $500 a month, then you would need to get 250,000 views a month, roughly, to earn $500. And so here's an example of a video influencer's video that's at about 250,000. And you can actually see up here that vidIQ predicts that this video's earned about $304. Now, if you're curious about that tool, it's a tool that I like to use that'll show you a lot of data, not just about your videos, but about everybody's videos. And you can get that, you can use the free version at vidIQ, you download it. But to get that dashboard, you go to, you download the Google Chrome vidIQ Vision plugin. TubeBuddy is also similar to give you data. But that's actually, when you see that on people's channels, it might not be accurate, because our CPM for video influencers is a little more like $5 per 1,000 views, probably because it's more of a targeted channel, it's a niche channel. But nevertheless, that's how many views you would need to just earn about $250. So it's a lot of views, right? It's quite a bit of traffic. And so the key strategy, if that's your path to reaching full time, is to do the math of how many views a month you would need to hit your financial goal. And the key strategy there is get a lot of views. But this is my least favorite way to earn money on YouTube. I think it's reserved for certain types of channels, but by far, because you really get pennies for the amount of exposure that you're getting, and there's a lot better ways that we'll cover. So, one of my favorite ways, and my path was number 2, affiliate marketing. And so here's basically how it works. You can sign up for an affiliate program like Amazon Associates. And when it comes to affiliate programs, there's basically an affiliate program for everything online. Target, Kohl's, Walmart, Nordstrom. There's networks like Our Style, which underneath those will have Sephora, Ulta. Any software, Dropbox, any Adobe, whatever video editing software you use. Pretty much everything has an affiliate program, and they basically all work the same way. So you sign up, and then you can put a custom link in your YouTube description, and then when visitors click on the link, you make money if they make a purchase. And it's pretty much as simple as that. And so this is Jabin, who's actually part of some of our programs and like our private Facebook group. And he has a barbecue channel, right? Barbecue recipes, tutorials, reviews. And his channel's been growing kind of slow and steady, over 5,000 subscribers now. But a while ago, he made a video called Barbecue Accessories. And so you could see it ranks in search. And he also tied it into like gift ideas for dad. Great video that he'd also promote all over social media around Father's Day and things like that. And in the simple video, he just sits there, talks through some of those accessories, links it up in the description below. And I asked Jabin if he would share some numbers and break that down for us. So his results, he's in Canada, and this actually results over a year. So to give you an idea of what at about 5,000 subscribers, probably the last 12 months. So he's made about $500 Canadian on Amazon. He's made about $100 from other affiliate programs, $842 that year in AdSense, and then a few $1,000s in free products. They've sent him a grill. Not only that, though, he actually got a meat sponsor. How crazy is that? Like, that's what I just want back. I wish we lived closer, because I'm like, bro, what are you doing with all this meat you're barbecuing? Like, I'm coming over. And so, but he got a meat sponsor. So a lot of cool benefits from building up his influence around a specific niche, right? And this is actually a bonus income stream. It's not really an income stream, but I like to say, a dollar saved is a dollar earned. And so Miguel, who just started a brand new channel about like reviewing or tips on how to record music. So him and his wife just put out a single, and he's got this great YouTube channel where he's showing people how to do like VSTs, which is like synthesizers and all these different softwares and whatnot. And so with under 500 subscribers, he's at about 700 now, but he's been getting free products, gear, and software. And no joke, he's gotten over $7,000 in free products and software, again, because of having a specific niche, and then also reaching out to companies and kind of sharing his vision with that, even at the very start, which is cool because this is a YouTube channel, right, built around his passion, built around what he's already doing, what he wants to do. And so that's kind of a bonus income stream. All right, number 3, crowdfunding. And I'm sure you've heard of this. Who here has heard of like Patreon? Raise your hand, raise your hand. All right, like pretty much everybody. There's Kickstarter, other programs like that. Patreon's very popular in the YouTube community. And so crowdfunding, this is Justin. He's part of some of our programs. He's got a channel called That Christian Vlogger. And he's just been crushing it. I've actually been part of his journey from 0 to now I think about 30,000 subscribers. And so things are going great for him. But now, when we kind of share certain paths to maybe going full time, for him, affiliate marketing hasn't really been his focus. He's been more like, I want to build, trust and value with my audience, and he wanted to, add value over time. And so after about a year of growing his channel, he launched his Patreon. He had 57 Patreons join him, and he actually is full time right now between the different multiple streams of income that he's doing. And so that was something that worked great for him. And the key strategy here is always lead with value first. Probably one of the biggest mistakes I see people make with crowdfunding is they kind of go for the ask too soon, and they don't maybe build up a launch to it. And so he actually added value for about a whole year, and then when he launched it, it was a successful launch with Patreon support because of the context he'd build, know, like, and trust that happened over time, and so much value. I mean, even one of the things that he would do is during that first year, and he tries to do it as much as he can now, he would answer every single email that would come in. If someone wanted to even jump on Skype and talk about something or whatever, he would do Skype calls with people, and really build a ton of depth with his community, which I think is a huge key for crowdfunding. Number 4, merch and products. And I asked a question in our private Facebook group, hey, what are you guys doing as far as merch and products? Somebody posted they've got a physical book on Amazon. You could also do, of course, ebooks. Justin also has got some shirts that he's doing. Jabin, who we talked about, the barbecue channel, he's got his own line of barbecue rubs that he's actually selling locally, but he's going to be selling those online. And again, we'll get to questions. If you could just write it down, we'll crush Q&A in just a second. And so another person, Tim, does oil paintings, and he will sell those. Some people order custom oil paintings. Brand new art channel, but he's built a little community around that, and he's able to sell his art. So when you think about merch, really get creative. Like, what are some ideas that you could do around your channel that's not necessarily what you see everybody doing? Sure, t-shirts or coffee mugs, but you could do accessories of any kind. You could do digital products, art and creative stuff, music, right? If you have a song, a single of some sort, you could do coaching and freelance services, use your YouTube channel to drive those, and so many different things around merch. And then lastly, brand deals. And have you heard about brand deals before? Wave at me, just wave at me, wave at me. Touch your neighbor and say, you're gonna get more brand deals this year. Touch your other neighbor and say, I'm sorry, you probably won't. I don't know, I'm sorry. Remember the second neighbor, that's always your choice on the neighbor. So brand deals. So this is like creating videos for companies and brands in exchange for free product and or money, maybe both. And his cool example is Heather Torres, who's actually on my team. Her and her husband Isaiah have 2 kids. They live in Las Vegas. We're all from Las Vegas. And she has a homeschool channel. And so this is a side hustle for her, right? And we're working together. But also one thing, she wanted to kind of proof of concept, see if this stuff works. So she started a homeschool and motherhood channel, and isn't like an expert, of course, and doesn't have a degree, but has a lot of experience and has learned a lot of things and has made some mistakes, so she can help people really go further faster by just, with the questions they're asking and whatnot. And her channel has now just crossed 5,000 subscribers, and it's super cool for the results that she's getting. But in the first 8 months, at about 2,500 subscribers, she had about 85,000 channel reviews and had only posted 15 videos. And her monthly YouTube income and affiliate income was kind of coming in, but that wasn't significant. And she got a brand deal. And the way she got it was by actually reaching out to the curriculum company that they use for homeschool. Now, they would normally, they would have to pay for this curriculum anyway. So this is more than like just free product. This is what they were about to spend to take their kids through the next year of homeschool. And so she reached out and asked the company, like, hey, do you guys ever work with influencers? And the reply was like, I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, what does that word even mean? And she said, oh, but like, tell us more. And so they began to have a conversation, and she kind of pitched them this idea, and they're like, let's do it. So they gave her the curriculum for free, and then they also gave her $3,600. And what that was for was to just every month just do an update video about how the curriculum was that month. And on top of that, and what's cool is these things can stack, is then when she links to that curriculum, they also give her 10% affiliate commissions if anybody picks up that curriculum. And so one of the questions that happens all the time is, do only the big channels get brand deals? And the answer is absolutely no. In fact, in this article from Forbes, it said that 82% of people are likely to follow a micro-influencer's recommendation, which proves you don't need to rely on huge mega influencers to advance your brand. Now, this is actually an article written to brands, letting them know about the power of micro-influencers. And again, even talking to Jax yesterday, we shot an interview with him for Video Influencers. He got a brand deal with Virgin before he ever posted a video, by reaching out, by pitching though, like an actual vision, pitching the creative, and it was super cool to see those results. So I really want to encourage you that I think with tenacity and hustle and the courage to cold call, to reach out to a lot of people, to just put in the work, that you could see some pretty incredible things happen as it pertains to brand deals. And the power tip here is, as we talked about, multiple streams of income. Touch your neighbor and say, you got to be building multiple streams of income. Just tell them that. Touch your other neighbor and say, I'm just sorry, oh, you don't like the second neighbor, okay. Touch your other neighbor and say, you are awesome, you are just incredible. So the power of income stacking, right? We talked about 5 things here, and what's cool is that you could stack all of these up. Because when Heather's doing those brand deals, she's still doing YouTube ads, and then she's still doing affiliate marketing, and she hasn't started crowdfunding or merch, but then she's also doing brand deals, and she got free products. So a lot of times, I like to talk about the 4, where if I do, even there's sites like famebit.com, you need 5,000 subscribers, but it's actually a marketplace where you can, it connects brands with creators. And so when you sign up for an account there, you might see a deal, and maybe you make $300, and they send you free product, you make some money on the brand deal, you still can do YouTube ads, and you can still link to it as an affiliate, so you're stacking like 4 different types of income, and even though some of them are small, little by little, a little becomes a lot. And so power tip, and then there's multiple more than those as well that a lot of creators will tap into those. And so as we jump into Q&A in just a second right now, I want to encourage you that success is where preparation and opportunity meet. And every day I am just amazed by the amount of opportunity that's happened right now. People say, it's so competitive, and sure, it's competitive, but guys, think about what our grandparents would have thought if we told them what we're trying to do for a living right now. Imagine if we described like what is happening here at this conference and the way people are paying the bills and the opportunities these things are living, the opportunities that are coming to people. It is insane, right? Like, we're literally living in a time of massive opportunity where we have free tools, where we have free platforms to post our content on. Never once has YouTube sent me a bill, but now I signed up for YouTube Red, so they actually bill me $10 every month. But YouTube is free, guys, right? Like, you can upload HD video, 4K video, all the end card, all the tools. It's a free platform. The opportunity for Amazon to do the shipping and the fulfillment and the customer service and the complaints. When you just step in the middle as an affiliate for them, like, it is insane the amount of opportunity there is right now and how exciting these times that we're living in. But I love this quote from Thomas Edison that says that opportunity is missed by most people because it's dressed in overalls and it looks like work. And what I do know is that there's tons of creators that are willing to just bleed their eyes out. And I don't mean like, hurt yourself or like endanger your family or like, put your priorities in wrong order. But like, there's something about like a window of opportunity right now to put in the extra work, to think about, I have something that's working. How can I 10x my content? How can I go all in? How can I really seize this beginning of growth that's happening online? And you say, Sean, beginning? I don't know, it's too crowded. Maybe the ship has sailed. I was just at an event called VidCon, right? You've probably heard of it. I was standing with a couple creators, and somebody goes, I don't know, man. You think it's too late? Do you think that the ship has already sailed for YouTube? And somebody I really respect was standing next and said, already sailed? Friend, the ship isn't even built yet. The ship hasn't even left the harbor. Like, this space is just starting. Like, it's still so young. YouTube started in 2005, and so it's only 12 years old. Anybody have like young kids here? It's a 12-year-old, right? Like, it is not to its full state of maturity or even what it's gonna be. And so I wanna encourage you to put in the work, to put in the hustle, to like go all in, whatever that means for you, to like execute on whatever it is that you have working, or keep testing and trying and experimenting, because the upside and the result is worth it.
So I hope that that training was valuable. And again, if you want to actually download my personal checklist, you can just go to tubechecklist.com, or we'll link it up on the YouTube card and put a link to it in the description as well. Question of the day: what is your goal on YouTube right now? How many subscribers do you want to get by when? When would you love to go full-time by, or part-time? Just what are some of your YouTube goals? Let me know in the comment section below. So thanks for checking out this video. Subscribe for more videos just like this. Check out other videos in our YouTube strategy series here, or another video from Think Media here. And you can also grab the YouTube checklist here and the link in the description as well. Until next time, Think Media is bringing you the best tips and tools for building your influence with online video. Keep